Severin has brought us deep cuts, Dario Argento's deep cuts to be exact, featuring films by Dario Argento, Lamberto Bava, and Luigi Cozzi. Um, Kind of a compilation of things that have to do with Dario Argento. Not as much on the side of things directed by Dario Argento, but more along the lines of things that features Dario Argento. And it's quite a bit of stuff. It's 4 discs full of stuff. I'm just going to try to give you off memory what it was because it has been a little bit. I watched this before Christmas, just not getting around to doing a review. The actual packaging looks nice here. We got Argento with some art here. The side part just says deep cuts on it. The back tells us everything that we're going to talk about in a minute with some screenshots here. I will say this much. This stuff does it does mention, I should say, that the elements of the stuff is remastered. Like whatever the source was, it was remastered. Some stuff still looks like it was standard definition that just got put on disc, which that's fine. I understand the source material was not very good for a lot of these, so therefore nothing really pops. So if you go into this thing looking for pristine versions of these shows or these episodes of these shows, you're getting a mixed bag, but you're not going to get anything to write home about, except for like the new interview from Argento that's on the disc, which looks great because it's actually in 1080p and it's new. Nonetheless, we will pop this open and go over disc by disc. Disc 1 features A Door in the Darkness Part 1. This is 2 episodes of the anthology series of Door in the Darkness, where basically Argento kind of goes full Hitchcock. It reminds you of how Hitchcock Presents, the second episode, which is like the tram, I think, the trans, whatever it is, the train basically. It's actually directed by him. Most people love that one. I thought the best one in this whole Doors in the Darkness thing is the first one, The Witness. Oh, it ain't The Witness. Witness on the second disc. I think it's called The Baby or something like that. Either way, these people they end up at a hotel. It's called The Neighbor. It's actually called The Neighbor. These people end up in this hotel and with a baby, and the neighbor kills somebody. When you get to disc 2, it's the actual other 2 episodes from Door in the Darkness, which actually does have the Witness episode I was talking about, which is actually probably the best one I thought of the whole thing. Has a twist on it and whatnot. These were released on DVD from some company that I don't remember a long time ago. They're here. They look better than DVD did, but they still don't look great. Argento is there. He did write and direct, of course, one episode of it. I don't know if he produced these things. I feel like he did, but you get like Bava and stuff like that, so it's okay. It's decent. If you want to see Argento basically pulling his Alfred Hitchcock routine, there you go. There's also extras on there as well, so it can keep you pretty busy. Disc 3 is Night Shift. Now these are horror things that they're very short. I guess maybe it was 30-minute blocks. I don't know. I think Argento produced them. I think that's what he says. I think one of them's like 15 minutes. There's like a thing called like heavy metal or something like that. It's like a musical one. That's one I remember offhand. Not very long, so therefore they don't really hang around long enough to overstay their welcome. Some of the violence is pretty good for what you see, which I assume was like Italian television at the time. So there's some good things in there. There's some gems in there. There's some stuff in there that doesn't do as good viewing wise, but there is some stuff in there that stands out as pretty decent. The last disc brings us Argento's Nightmares, which this was kind of a weird thing. I think apparently it was like a show that Argento did where he interviewed people. He mentioned in one of the extras that he interviewed Pink Floyd in one of these, which I think that didn't make the cut, but nonetheless, the little segments of basically stuff he describes as nightmares is like I think a rear window thing, or I think it's called rear window, whatever the Hitchcock thing was. Basically, it's a retelling of that, and it's reenacted, and he does the narration for it as it happens. Has some weird visuals, has some weird effects in these things. They're strange. They seem very nightmarish. The gist of these that I think stand out is the fact that he's sitting there, and sometimes it looks like he's obviously reading off a cue card, I think. And while these visions are going on screen, this weird woman kind of just sits there like a parrot almost on his shoulder or around his shoulder. It's a strange show. It's almost worth the purchase just to see how weird it is. The official line for this set, though, Disc 1, Door in the Darkness audio commentary from for Tram with the mono digital guy. Dario Argento's My Cinema Part 1, My Cinema Part 2. These are all, things I think we've had on other stuff before. I could be wrong. Disc 2 is Part 2 of Door into Darkness. Audio commentaries. Dario Argento, Master of Horror, a 7-minute full-length documentary. I'm pretty sure we've seen that on something else before, but it's good to have it here. A Streetcar Named Fear, interview with writer, director, producer Dario Argento. The Other Side of the Door, interview with writer, director Luigi Cozzi. Disc 3, TV Nightmares, interview with producer Dario Argento. Giallo on TV, interview with director Luigi Cozzi. Taxi Driver, interview with director Lamberto Bava. A Big Galileo Taxi, interview with screenwriter, whatever his name is. Calypso 9, interview actress. Interviews basically. Very Italian names that I don't even want to dare try to pronounce. And Disc 4, Dario Argento. It's basically, I think it's like it's the feature with him, although it does have a Easter egg, which is like a car commercial that was directed by Dario Argento. So yeah, if you are into this stuff, it's not a bad thing to have. I know some people love Dario Argento. Probably want to own everything he made, and if you do, this has a lot of stuff you probably won't be able to find anywhere else, or at least if you find it, it'll be harder to find. But Severin put it all here in one set, so might as well go with this if you want to add Dario Argento's deep cuts to your collection.